Scrutineering line right now. It's been a bit of a roller coaster of a day. Things were looking really good in the early parts of it. Everything seemed to be falling my way for the most part. And then we chucked the battery in right before we left home. And I was usually when I flick my ignition switch on, the Teletech lights up, and it just kind of says hello, lets us know that it's working, but it's not lighting up today. So that means that there's something in the wiring that's not quite right, and I'm just not sure. There's no real way to tell if it's just like for the tach or if it's for the engine itself, where I'm not really sure, and I'm a little bit worried. We're going to go and try and get engine starts anyway. Maybe the car won't start, and Simon will get here at about 6 o'clock when we're due to take engine start. So if it doesn't kick over, we'll bring it back in. We'll get him to look over the wiring, and then we'll take it straight back to the chute and look for just an engine start of our own between a couple of heats. Thankfully, there's about an hour between our engine starts and our first heat, so that gives us a bit of time to play with, and it gives us a chance to get a push in there as well if we need it. So yeah, fingers crossed. Yeah, we'll keep you updated. Howdy, boss. Thank you.
Yeah, that transponder bag's gonna go.
That's right. I got the new wires here.
Oh, you got them. Bring it, sir.
Thank you.
Nice and parked, yes, yep. Seatbelts are all good and in date.
Thank you very much.
That's your nitrous oxide in there, isn't it?
I don't need that, mate. I need everything but. I need help.
Have a good one.
Thanks, boss. Thanks, mate. Appreciate you. Alright guys, we're out here on the track. The Teletech's not lighting up right now, and I'm not sure if that means that there's just no power to the tach or whether there's no power to the engine. I honestly don't know. We're about to find out. So yeah, it's a bit of a moment of truth moment. Look, if the car doesn't start, it's not the end of the night, but I'd really like it to start, you know, just to hear it run here for the first time in a long time would be really great. So yeah, we'll see how we go. Hot laps, well, engine start's no good. A lot of pop in, but no real consistent spark. So maybe that's the voltage, the wiring problem, like showing its ugly head. Simon's not too far off, so he's going to be going over that. And in the meantime, the guys have already got the hood off. We're taking out spark plugs to see if they're wet, blowing out any unburned methanol that's in there because we don't want to grenade it when it goes back out, and yeah, we'll just check over, make sure that everything's still hunky-dory. So. Can you see any leaks around the nozzles?
No, but I can see a little bit of fuel sitting in the filter bit up here. So that's definitely got a second, and definitely first because there's fuel in the bore.
Okay.
So that's a good start. I'm not tightened it up yet, so.
Yeah, we're wet over here, so.
We're not wet, but we've got something.
There's a little bit there.
A drip or something.
Did your cat come to life?
No. No, it didn't. But do you have any suspicions?
Nah, it'll be in the motor.
Fuck. What's up, gang? Alright, so we are back in the shop, the garage. It's Tuesday, so a good 3-4 days after the show. I had my sister's wedding over the weekend, so once the car got home, haven't touched it since. But yeah, as you can see, Friday didn't go to plan. The car did start, which was super excited. It was very hard not to let the dog eat, but as soon as the car started, I could hear something wasn't right. So I'm glad we didn't push it any further. Unfortunately, we've got a broken lifter or two in cylinder 2, so heads have got to come off again. I'll be doing that tonight. So yeah, kind of a real bummer, because it would have been good to have got to cut our first laps for the season, but better not to hurt the motor anymore. So we've ordered the new lifter kit. Simon's coming over the next couple of days to see if there's any damage to the camshaft. That's our next point of concern. Good news is the camshaft that's in the car is a regular one, and because it's in a sprint car, you can take the housing off and slide it straight out the front. Once you take the radiator out, there's actually plenty of space to do that, so it makes it a little bit easier than if it was in a car, because the motor doesn't actually have to come out of the car to get it done. Hope there's not damage to the camshaft, but it's not, you know, the end of the world. If there is, we can source another one. So yeah, bummer overnight, but God, man, it was good to hear the engine run again. It was really special just to be in the seat and on the track, looking at the Motorplex from the inside out is really special. it's yeah, it's something I'll never get sick of and never take for granted. So yeah, I'm not going to say too much else because there's not that much more to say. So again, head's coming off tonight. Simon's coming over to inspect the camshaft. When the lifter kit comes in next week, we'll replace the whole side. We won't just replace the ones that are broken, we'll replace all of them. And then yeah, we've got a show back in the Motorplex next Friday night. So a bit of a turnaround time that you know, scared me at first, but the guys have really talked me into believing that it's going to happen, so I do. Yeah, cool. All right, so the more cool stuff is that the Diamond Dogs had their debut on the car on Friday night. Couldn't be more stoked to finally have these names on the car. Fortunately, we didn't give them the night they wanted, but that was it's really cool to see their names there. And of course, thank you to Parkin for sponsoring the car. And I feel like we're on the cusp of our first good night. It's the bad luck can't last forever, and we've fought this engine long enough. It's due to give us a good one. So hopefully this broken rocker, pardon me, broken lifter is the last thing we have to deal with before we get our first good night. And I'll tell you what, I was speaking to Bradley in the scrutineering line. And I was telling him I was worried that maybe between the last time I drove the car and this one, I'll have, you know, gotten scared out of it or lost my edge or something. You know, that maybe I wouldn't have the same drive and spark to be a good driver that I did when we first started. But I'll tell you what, as soon as the car took off, it it came straight back. So I can't wait to cut some real laps in there, because I'd love to actually work on my driving. It's been great learning about the car and the engine and stuff, but becoming a better driver is obviously still very high on my priority list. So yeah, look, I think that's it. Thank you again to the Diamond Dogs. Thank you to Parkin. If you'd like to become a Diamond Dog and get your name on the car, I'll be doing an updated sticker for the show next week. There's actually some people jump on, pardon me, since that sticker was made, and I actually left a name off. My apologies. But yeah, so a new sticker will be going on for the next show with the updated names. If you want your name on that car, then jump to rainleesomotorsport.bigcartel.com, starting at 50 Australian dollars, which is 33 US dollars. Name on the car and a members only sticker, which haven't been made yet. I want to do a really cool one, so I'm not going to rush that, but everyone that joins up is getting a sticker that only members get. And then there's tiers above that for more kickbacks, like early access to videos and like, you know, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, rainleesomotorsport.bigcartel.com to check that out. Still working on the shirts. Thank you to everybody who pre-ordered them. Just doing some back and forth with the printer, just to make sure they get done right. And yeah, I think that's it. So thanks for checking it out. Appreciate it. Till next time. Bye for now.